What's up, Smartr Baseball fans? The winter meetings are officially heating up because we have our first big signing. Justin Verlander is headed to the New York Mets, and we're gonna break it down. Welcome to Smartr Baseball, where we not only talk about what's going on in Major League Baseball, but how and why, so that we can become even smarter baseball fans. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the page, and turn on notifications so that you can help the channel grow and you can continue becoming an even smarter baseball fan. So the Mets lose out on bringing back Jacob DeGrom. He heads to the Texas Rangers, and now they bring in Justin Verlander to try to fill this void. He's going to be entering his age 40 season. This is a 2-year, $86 million deal, so $43 million AAV. There is a third-year vesting option. At time of recording, what that option vests on hasn't been disclosed yet, but that option will be for $35 million if it is picked up. Verlander comes in with insane pedigree. 17 years in the major leagues, he's made 482 starts, going 3,163 innings with a 3.24 ERA, good for a 132 ERA plus, a 3.36 FIP, 3,198 strikeouts to 880 walks, which is good for a 3.63 strikeout to walk ratio, 2.5% home run rate, 78.1 Baseball Reference and Fangraphs WAR. The guy has been an incredible pitcher over his career. He's primarily a fly ball pitcher. He's got a really high launch angle, but this doesn't end up coming back to hurt him because his barrel percentage, hard hit percentage are not high at all, and his exit velocity sits just a little bit below league average. So he's giving up these fly balls, but they're not really leaving the park. This has led him to being the 2006 Rookie of the Year, an 8-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young winner, and the 2011 MVP. 2008 and 2014 were the only full seasons where his ERA was above 4. 2015 was the first time that he had to deal with injury, making 20 starts because of a right tricep strain. In March of 2020, he had surgery on his right groin and only made 1 start after this in 2020, because then in July, he was shut down with a forearm strain and later stated that he was going to be having Tommy John surgery in September. So the rest of 2020 was gone and all of 2021. But in 2022, he would bounce back from this, making 28 starts in 175 innings pitched. He had a 1.75 ERA, which was good for a 2.20 ERA plus, a 2.49 FIP, 185 strikeouts to 29 walks, good for a 6.38 strikeout to walk ratio, a 1.8 home run percentage, 5.9 Baseball Reference WAR, and 6.1 Fangraphs WAR. He gave up less line drives this season, getting more fly balls, but because his homers per fly ball was down significantly, this didn't really affect him all that much. The exit velocity was still about the same, the launch angle was a little bit lower than his career, but still it's a noticeably high launch angle. Barrel percentage was about the same, even though his hard hit percentage was up just a tick. But this really didn't affect him all that much because the dude was still an all-star and won the freaking Cy Young, so yeah. Looking at his percentile ratings from Baseball Savant, his exit velocity, hard hit percentage, barrel rate, all of that, it's good, but what really makes him an elite pitcher, his strikeout percentage and walk rates being tops in the league, 80th percentile, 94th respectively, and even though he's not getting a whole lot of whiffs, only 37th percentile, the 77th percentile chase rate is definitely helping him out. Now, giving this much money per season to a 40-year-old is a little risky, but it's only 2 years, so that kind of minimizes the risk, and Verlander's been one of the better pitchers in baseball over this time. So how is he specifically going to help the Mets this next season? In 2022, Mets starting pitchers had a 3.61 ERA, a 3.47 fielding independent pitching, 25.5% strikeout rate to go along with a 6.4% walk rate, Both of those good for a 3.96 strikeout to walk and a 95 ERA minus. The Mets starters were objectively good, but the problem is that they had 3 free agents in Chris Bassett, Jacob DeGrom, who just left to go to Texas, and Taijuan Walker. Now they're still going to bring back Max Scherzer and Cookie Carrasco, but you have to replace some of this value that you're losing, and especially losing Jacob DeGrom, that's a really tall task, but if you're going to try to do it, Justin Verlander is a really good option to try to do that. So for a New York Mets team that's still trying to compete with the likes of the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies, who we're going to get to in a second because we got another big deal today, they needed to make a move like this. If you're still trying to compete, you have all of this value walking out of the door, you have to do what you can to replace it. And for a team that's willing to go after these bigger name guys, spend this kind of money, it makes sense why the Mets would do this, especially trying to basically bring in Verlander to replace DeGrom. I mean, you're talking 2 of the best pitchers on the planet. So comment down below, what do you guys think about this deal? How is Justin Verlander going to do in New York, and how are the Mets going to do this next season? And what other moves do you see them making before this offseason is over? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to support the channel, drop a like, subscribe to the page, and turn on notifications, because it not only will help the channel grow, but you won't miss out on any of this content that's going to help you become an even smarter baseball fan. Once again, I hope you enjoyed. Have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one, because we're about to talk Trey Turner to the Phillies. 11 years, $300 million. God damn.